बस दिया था आदमी।
चलो बढ़िया
है?
चलो बढ़िया मैं था बातें मारता
हमने लोग मुझे तो पूछ रहे हैं।
काय होतो यार
तू पूछ यार उन्हें।
सुनना
अजय
अजय तो आजकल महापौर बन गया ना आजकल अंडर लेवल थोड़े मिल रही है
थोड़े रोजू।
वो तो कहो तो कोड सिविल लाइन कोड दो बाहर में दो
अच्छा।
आजकल
अजय कोड़े को माँ बोल रही थी वो घराड़ी बनी थी यार।
वो साथ ही तो रहते यार
हाँ वो साथ रहते थे।
तो फिर
बड़ा ठाट होगा यार।
ठाट होगा
ये कोड़ा बाल है ना। किस्मत कोड़ा दिया जाओ।
वही तो
गेट पास कट रही शास्त्री नगर किस्मत से यार।
This is Green Gatherings, where we try to watch. Thank you, that's the reaction I was hoping for. Where we try to watch films that are not quite Durandar, but you know, they are trying to they're trying to show a different way of looking at our society, at our culture, at what we really are making of this planet of ours, in a way that makes you kind of a little unsettled, a little uncomfortable, a little bit unsure of the sanctity of all that we have created. So that's really what our attempt is. It's to kind of poke and prod and to take you to a little bit of a place where you kind of question everything that you thought was normal, and I feel like this movie was a very interesting exploration of a lot of ideas that we perhaps hadn't considered and looked at. When we think of the city Jaipur, the ideas that come to our mind are completely different from what this city was. So hold on, this is just the food that's calling me. Hello? Hello? Haan sir?
Okay, you know what, till then?
Yeah, till that take over. Hello, haan sir?
Till then, what we had a little activity plan, wherein we could all perhaps write a small sentence or even a word of what we felt about the film on a sticky note, and we distribute that just now. So
You guys can
think
think
that.
about, yeah.
Yeah,
Think about it.
and
I'll just be back.
yeah. But he hasn't told me where the sticky notes are.
So I'll just sort of break the ice, and we saw the film, and we are really sitting here in let's call this space beautiful space, But at the same time, I was just telling my very dear friends who are from Belgium, she, her mother, and her sister, that just about until 1 year back, I used to often tell my friends that there are 3 things in Pune which are very hard to get. Centrality, central place, where this is like pretty much in the middle of the city. Second is beauty, which is what surrounds us. And third is quietness, peace. And so until recently we had all 3 of those things here. And now we don't have it because you can see it. You can see the dag, and the whole day this goes on. So I put on these little clay, clay mud things in my ear, and then I put noise cancelling headphones over it. And then in my last, I'm also a filmmaker. In my last film, I tried to tell the story of a similar person like me, who is little bit rich, you can say, compared to most Indians, and yet I'm poor. You know what I mean? We are all getting poor, and we have to understand that we are all getting poor, and within each other, this little bit difference that we seem to have is meaningless, because we are actually ecologically, city-wise, urban spaces-wise, all of us are downright poor. It doesn't matter which car we drive, or it doesn't matter what bank, how much money we have in our bank account. And we all have to have some sort of social revolution. The way that man at the end says, we cannot rely on governments. So that is what I sort of, when I was seeing it, I could see the death of so much in front of our eyes. And we are just seeing this. Just recently in September, I was in Europe for a month, and my first visit was in Münster, a small town of maybe 20,000 people, and it is considered it's very spicy. Shouldn't have given her Bakar one. So I saw this small city called Münster, and it is considered the second best city, livable city in the world. And then when I started looking at the history of that city, it has been like that. It has been that beautiful for the last 800 years. Before German Democratic Republic was born, before the concept of democracy was born, before the concept of government was born. You get my point. Today, there is any problem, we blame the government. What are we doing? Right now in this space, like you and me are, what are we doing? We can create this space beautifully, or we can destroy it. And so what exactly is government but you and me? So that revolution is not happening in India. Every problem we are pushing to the government. The government is incapable. You know what I mean? Okay, I am your host today, but I can only take care of, at the minute, I can only take care of 2 or 4 people. If all of you say, we want now chapati, we want bhakri, we want rice, we want this, we want... How? I'm going to say, no, I can't. So similarly, governments can really take care of one thing at a time. But what about the society? What are we doing? This is what I felt after seeing that film. Now I will pass on the baton to you, and you tell me what you felt.
It's a very thought-provoking film, and I'm still figuring out this. Took some time to get the gist of the film and what it wants to say.
Yeah. Can you answer her question? What she was saying to you? Because the film is also slightly diffused.
Yeah.
To me also, it took me a while. What is it about?
It's on puzzle type.
Correct. So maybe you can...
So, I think let's sit with this idea, right? Instead of it being like this is what the film is about, let's see what people have to say. Because I think these kinds of films aren't meant to be about just one thing. There isn't a linear narrative that पहले ये होता है, फिर hero heroine से मिलती है, फिर ऐसे होता है, फिर गुंडा आता है. None of that is happening, no. So whatever thoughts you guys had, even if it was discomfort, even if it was confusion, whatever it was, someone would like to share. I know there are a lot of people who like watching films here. There might be a lot of students here. There might be a lot of people who are involved in environment here. So, from any of these lenses, what did you guys feel? Anyone? Even if it's like you only have questions, that's also fair. Otherwise, I'll start pointing people out. Yeah?
So first of all, because you brought up Dhurandhar, maybe we should take a picture like this and say कि 20 साल बाद कोई government आएगी जो समाज और पर्यावरण को बचाएगी.
I haven't seen Dhurandhar. Is that a...
मैंने नहीं मीन किया.
Okay.
Right, yeah. I mean, in terms of film, I think I'm still trying to gather my thoughts around it. I think
Yeah.
3 चीजें या एक kind of क्या कहें लाइन्स ऑफ थॉट्स चल रही हैं. एक तो था कि जो आम आदमी है या जो नीचे के तबके के लोग हैं वो आर मासेस आर स्टक इन अ रूटीन. जिस तरीके से पेपर वाला पेपर में वो डाल रहा था या जैसे वो बुनाई हो रही थी, जैसे उन्होंने बोला कि पहले ठंड इतनी नहीं थी बट अभी और सेकने पड़ते थे और अभी इतनी नहीं है. सो मे बी इकोलॉजी का बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट उनका है, बट दे आर ऑल्सो स्टक इन देयर ओन रूटीन. वो एक था. दूसरा थॉट था कि जो मनुवादी और ब्राह्मणिकल आइडियोलॉजी जो आज जो डोमिनेंट है वो और जो भी पॉलिसी मेकिंग हो रहा है जो इकोसिस्टम को कैटर नहीं कर रहा है, उसमें भी एक डीप कनेक्शन आई कुड सेंस कि तो कहीं ना कहीं रोज़मर्रा के जीवन में और रिलीजियस बैटल्स में लोगों को अटकाना, और उसके बाद जो वही मासेस जो रोज़मर्रा के जीवन में एक्टिव है अर्बन एरियाज में, जो जिन्होंने ही ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में इतना बड़ा काम किया, रिवोल्यूशनरी काम किया अराउंड इकोसिस्टम्स, एंड गवर्नमेंट का पॉलिसी मेकिंग उनको ही केटर नहीं कर रहा। सो मे बी व्हाट वुड हैपन अगर वहाँ पे सेंचुरी बना दी गई, तो शायद वही गांव से लोग जयपुर आएंगे और शायद वो इतने सुंदर इकोसिस्टम जो उन्होंने बिल्ड किया था उससे डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाएंगे। वो भी उनमें से चाहे गाँव वाला पेपर में वोट डाल रहा हो, राइट, तो वो भी डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया अपने धरोहर से, अपने इकोसिस्टम से, वो भी अटक गया रोज़मर्रा की जीवन। तो मुझे लगा कि इसमें बहुत मैं डीप कनेक्शन महसूस कर पाया।
That's wonderful. That's really nice. That's great. I think that view that this is something they start with essentially the future of the people that they end the story with.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful counter linear way of thinking of things, and that's a really interesting take. Does anyone want to add on to that? Yes, sir. Yeah, please.
First of all, I'm a filmmaker, so but still I like something. For example, user asking me the train stay, which मुझे जयपुर अपना पर्सनल ट्राई करी।
Yeah.
और जो पैरेलल प्रॉपर्टी है नेचर और उसके बाद नॉर्मल लाइफ में, बट कंटिन्यूस वहाँ फिल्मिंग नहीं है उसके बाद।
Yeah.
थर्ड थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू से कि हाँ, जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन किया है, डिपिक्शन किया है थीम्स का, रिवॉल्ट का। फॉर एग्जांपल देयर इज अ ऑटो स्टैंड नेम की लाल झंडा यूनियन समथिंग लाइक दैट। फॉर एग्जांपल रिवॉल्ट के और भी कुछ मतलब जो हम जो दिखाते हैं वैसे पिक्चर्स है या फिर डिफरेंट लोकेशंस में। इनफैक्ट व्हेन वी से कम्युनिज्म हम जयपुर को इतना एसोसिएट नहीं करते, लेकिन जो सिंबल्स में लिखा है जयपुर के थ्रू, इट फील्स डिफरेंट फॉर मी एंड सम ऑफ थिंग्स की व्हाट आई वाज सीइंग, मुझे कुछ सिमिलरिटीज लगे फ्रॉम अ फिल्म आई डोंट सॉ आई थिंक अ ईयर अगो, इट वाज फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान, द इंडस ब्लूज बोलते।
Okay.
सो इट वाज अ फिल्म ऑन म्यूजिक, बट स्टिल द डिफरेंसेस में कुछ सिमिलरिटीज देखी। फॉर एग्जांपल कि वहाँ भी जो लोग थे वो अनसेटिस्फाइड है कि द पार्ट इज म्यूजिक, द पार्ट इज म्यूजिक, लेकिन वो अनसेटिस्फाइड है और वहाँ पे दिखता है इस फिल्म में। तो और द यूज़ ऑफ म्यूजिक का फिर राजस्थानी म्यूजिक जो यूज़ किया उसके भी सिमिलरिटीज वहाँ कुछ दिखती है, कुछ फ्रेम्स हैं। अच्छा लगता है कि द आर्ट पोर्ट्रे हो रहा है। एंड द लास्ट थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू से इज कि last thing I would like to say is that it feels good to see a film like this.
In general.
ना और ऐसी भी, क्योंकि फिल्म जो हमें अगर थिंक करने में मजबूर कर दे, it's a good thing.
Yeah. In fact, some people say that is what art is for. If art is not making you do that, it's not art. Yeah. Please continue. Yeah.
I have seen it. I don't know Instagram कि आर्ट विदाउट पॉलिटिक्स, जो आर्ट कंटेम्प्रेरी रिलेटेड नहीं है पॉलिटिक्स से, वो आर्ट नहीं।
Yeah.
So
This film had you raised some wonderful points and great eye that you're catching communist symbols throughout the film that he very intentionally, I'm sure, has put in there. But that's so. What do you guys feel are some of the themes that the director wanted to talk about? Because, like I said, he's not trying to, in my opinion, tell you a story. He's trying to make you feel something. So what were you feeling? And can you try to caption that under some kind of a theme or some kind of a central narrative कि ये बोल रहे थे इसलिए मुझे ऐसे लगा, something like that. You guys have any thoughts? Restlessness? Yeah. Why did you feel restless?
I mean,
if you can.
Yeah.
Think of.
I am not from any films background at all. I'm a very lay film watching person.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the academics of film absolutely.
Great. Screw that, right? What has academics given us?
So the
Sorry,
things
Ma.
that he said that were, I mean, the thing is that were making me restless. It was so visual, not just the part of the story,
Yeah.
but also like a fast-moving scene. You can't see anything clearly.
Yeah.
I just hate such scenes, but they are exactly doing the role that they were supposed to play.
Yes.
They were making me restless,
Correct.
visually also.
Correct.
And then, I was like, okay, I'm getting restless. What do I do about it?
Yeah.
I know the content of the story so much so, I'm being part of people's movement,
Yeah.
so I could relate to the film from the content side, but not from the film side. Somebody who had the luxury of getting up or looking into the mobile would do that immediately within first minute.
That's very interesting. We've gotten so addicted to stimulation that something that makes us uncomfortable is something that we just can't sit with.
Yeah.
कि इसमें सेंस ही नहीं है, मुझे अपना रील्स दिखाओ.
Yeah.
You know, उसमें मेरे को पता है कि this is what happens and this is what makes sense. So that's, you're right. I'm sure some people here did feel like that, right? That कि मतलब क्या चल रहा है भाई, ये this is just outside my understanding, and you know. So okay, yeah, those two people ought to, yeah, we got a couple of hands. I think you went first, but then you definitely said, yeah.
Hi, my name is Homi.
Yeah, it would be great if you could introduce yourself also so people will get to know. I'm sorry, I forgot, yeah.
I feel like what Papa is touching onto with this film is multiple aspects, but at the core, it is about being a living human being in today's time, and just understanding that there are divisions in our society that are not just pertaining to right and wrong, but there are a lot of people who are trying to fight for their daily bread. There are a lot of divisions of caste. There is a lot of fight with nature, around nature. And with the poetry piece or the story piece that he is trying to piece together is that if you are really not doing something about it, if you see something wrong, or if you see something that could be changed, and if you're not doing anything about it, you are, as the crows in the poetry, you are becoming the perpetrator of the wrong. And the longer you stand just quiet, the longer it's going to take over you. You're just becoming a crow.
Wow. Yeah. You wanted to add something to that, so I think your hand was up.
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you like to go? What's your name, sir? Yudhyaveer Bansingh. Kya baat hai. Yours from Jaipur. Okay, so great. We have someone from Jaipur. So you will definitely have some thoughts. I hope.
The way they portray the Jaipur,
Yeah.
very good. It's how exactly Jaipur looks like. And this started with a very good manner. It's like they show the night first, then the morning,
Correct.
then the newspapers and all, then the day.
Yeah.
So वो जयपुर को उन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से दिखाया. और म्यूजिक को भी मैं बहुत ही अच्छा कहना चाहूँगा कि लाइक जब वो अपनी पोइट्री कह रहे थे कि एक बुलडोजर है जो धम धम करके आ रहा है और बच्चे और जो महिलाएं हैं वो पेड़ों पे चिपक रही हैं लोगों से बचाने के लिए. लिटरली म्यूजिक के साथ मैं वो जो सीनरियो है पूरा वो इमेजिन कर पा रहा है.
Correct.
क्योंकि वो इतना कंबाइंडली ब्यूटीफुली सिंक्ड था आपस में. और जैसे कि स्टार्टिंग हुई तो उनमें द गॉड शोड दे हैड अ फेस ऑफ क्रो. इसको शायद मैं जब तक गलत नहीं हूँ तो उन्हें काग भिसंडी कहा जाता है.
काग भिसंडी.
द ओनली गॉड दैट हैव एबिलिटी to jump in a time. Like there are Narad. People are very confusing that Narad and Kag Bishandi are same, but Narad is just teleport himself. But Kag Bishandi, every time Kag Bishandi can time travel.
Okay.
So wherever he go, so no one can see him. Like she time travel somewhere and just vanish from there. And the left thing is just उनके feather बच जाते हैं, उनके पंख बच जाते हैं. जैसे कि 20 साल पहले वहाँ पे जंगल नहीं था, अब था. तो वो बस उनके पत्ते बच गए थे. और उन्होंने जयपुर जिस तरीके से दिखाया मुझे बहुत अच्छा. मैं जयपुर में पला भरा हूँ, मैंने पूरा एकदम अच्छे से उसको एक्सपीरियंस किया. ऐसा ही जयपुर है जैसा उन्होंने दिखाया, ढलता ढलता एकदम धीरे धीरे से बहता हुआ.
Beautiful. So you had some thoughts to add?
Okay. So hi everybody. My name is Surud. It's my first time here at Green Gathering. So I've been an urban designer for about 10 years. So my comments. Like my brain was running all over the place while watching that film. So I saw like there was this tension between, and it was like mixed with a tinge of irony. Like when they were contrasting the statues of Manu and Ambedkar, I kind of saw that there was this tension between centralization and decentralization. Like Ambedkar brought about one of the most progressive constitutions in the world, and that was a centralizing force. But that very centralization, in a way, in a cruel twist of irony, is like as was shown in the film, that now you are bringing the Forest Rights Act into community managed spaces. And I could also link it with gentrification. Like nobody cared about that piece of land until the community got together and dug up ponds and greened the landscape, and suddenly it came to their notice, and now they want to turn it into a tiger sanctuary. And it was also like somewhere there was this one dialogue that the IAS is deciding, and it just struck me like we have the same problem in the cities, that the IAS are non-elected people, they are appointed people, and it's from that very constitution of Ambedkar that has been hijacked, that now the sons and daughters of the soil are sort of getting sidelined. Even with gentrification, that's what happens. Like you might forest an area, but that just makes it more lucrative for the real estate lobby to come in, until slowly you are priced out of the very land that you improved in the first place. And lastly, just those lyrics of Gaon Chhod Ab Nahi came to my head, that बांध बनाए गाँव डूबे बांध बनाए गाँव डूबे कारखाना बनाए जंगल काटे खदान खोटे सेंचुरी बनाए जंगल जमीन छोड़ी हम ही कहाँ जाए मछली मर गई पंछी उड़ गई जाने किस दिशा है.
क्या बात है.
Something like that, if I remember correctly.
Next Green Gathering we'll do a poetry session also, starring Surut. No, lovely. That's a wonderful insight. Yes sir. Yes ma'am.
Actually, I have a question. मतलब मुझे समझ में नहीं आया.
Gangotri has a question. Shocking. Who saw that coming? Please Gangotri.
हाँ, मुझे वो वाला इंस्टेंस समझ में नहीं आया जहाँ पे वो एक रूम पे लाइब्रेरी जैसे एक जगह सीन पे मीटिंग चल रहा था. एक मैम ने कुछ बताया, उसके बाद वो सर ने कुछ बताया. तो वहाँ पे मतलब कुछ ऐसा था कि वो जहाँ पे खोदाई करने वाले थे फॉर द स्टोन्स, वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी कंपेंसेटरी प्लांटेशन करके रखे थे वो लोगों ने. मतलब वो मुझे एग्जैक्टली समझ में नहीं आया. और उसके बाद उनके गांव को भी सेंचुरी डिक्लेयर करने वाले थे, तो वो
तो क्या हुआ कि गांव वालों ने वहाँ बंजर था, उन्होंने हरियाली बनाई. They forested the area. Now a patch of the forest which was already a forest was de-reserved so that stones from those areas could be used in the Ram Mandir. तो जो de-notify हुआ वो फॉरेस्ट था, और जो नोटिफाई हुआ एज अ फॉरेस्ट वो लोगों का अपना वसाहत था. मैन मेड कम्युनिटी फॉरेस्ट था वो. तो शी सेड ऑल्सो, कोई तो बोला भी कॉम्पेंसेटरी, पर वो एग्जैक्टली कॉम्पेंसेटरी नहीं था, उनका पहले से ही प्लान था, ऐसा उनका कहना है. So that's what was she said.
मेरे बाद में कहते हैं ना कि वो टाइगर वहाँ तक जा रहा है, तो वहाँ
तक जा रहा है, तो वहाँ तक मतलब वहाँ तक जा रहा है क्योंकि इन्होंने पेड़ वहाँ लगाए.
हाँ, तो मुझे ये क्लियर करना था क्योंकि मैं जो शेयर करने वाली थी तो उसमें कुछ गलती ना आए. तो मुझे यहाँ पे एक हाँ मतलब बहुत डाइवर्स है, बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स ऑफ व्यू है. लेकिन मुझे मतलब एक यूनिक फॉर्मेट मुझे दिखा इसमें. दैट इज़ इन वन वर्ड और इन वन फ्रेज आई कैन से रिसोर्स एक्सप्लॉयटेशन. क्योंकि मतलब शायद ये बुरा लगेगा सुनने में, लेकिन ये फैक्ट एंड रियलिटी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल नो, फॉर मी Maitri इज a resource for a legal consistency.
I'm a resource.
Legal consistency.
अच्छा.
Human
मेरा भी एक्सप्लॉयटेशन होता है.
हाँ, ऑब्वियसली होता है. नहीं.
No, obviously होता है. Yeah. Refreshingly honest.
I have seen you in front of the so-called your milords.
My milords, yeah. The judges. she's referring to. Yeah.
So ये जो फॉर्मेट है, सॉरी आई एम शिफ्टिंग टू हिंदी फॉर माई कंफर्टेबल. ये जो रिसोर्स एक्सप्लॉयटेशन का मुद्दा मैंने निकाला, ये जो फॉर्मेट मुझे दिख रहा है, एक कनेक्शन यहाँ पे ड्रॉ किया गया है जब से सोसाइटी स्टार्ट हुए हैं. आई मीन मतलब मुझे एग्जैक्टली टाइम लाइन कंपेरिजन नहीं पता, लेकिन जब से बाय द हिस्टोरिकल एविडेंस या फिर जो भी है, जब से मनुस्मृति लिखा हुआ है या फिर वो सब कल्चर शुरू हुआ है, आई थिंक जब से एग्रीकल्चर स्टार्ट हुआ है या फिर सोसाइटी डिवीजन फैमिली प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट हुआ है, उसी समय से ही. तो यहाँ पे इनकेस मेरे जीने के लिए मेरे सामान जितना इम्पोर्टेंट है, मैं अगर इस पे एक्स्ट्रा वेट डालूँ तो ये स्ट्रैप टूट जाएगा. तो ये भी एक रिसोर्स एक्सप्लॉयटेशन जैसे ही है कि मैं एक सबका एक लिमिट रहता है, उस लिमिट के अंदर उसको उसके इंटरेक्ट करना चाहिए, उससे बाहर नहीं. और उसको और सेम चीज़ हम जो हमारे अभी प्रैक्टिस में भी देख रहे हैं कि नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को हम रिन्यू करने का टाइम ही नहीं दे रहे हैं, उसके पहले ही उनको हम हार्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. तो इस सब से मनुस्मृति के फॉर्मेट में जैसे जब फैमिली सिस्टम स्टार्ट हुई या फिर सोसाइटी स्टार्ट हुई, तो ए सेट ऑफ पीपल इन द सोसाइटी इन द सेम स्पीसीज, ए सेट ऑफ पीपल को सबमिसिव कर दिया गया. नेचुरली द वुमेन. तो यहाँ पे भी एक रिसोर्स एक्सप्लॉयटेशन जैसा, क्योंकि सो कॉल्ड मैन ड्रिवन सोसाइटी में वुमेन आर ट्रीटेड एज अ रिसोर्स इन द हाउस होल्ड्स. एंड वो अभी के सोसाइटी में भी जो वर्किंग पीपल है, लेबर क्लास, वो भी एक टाइप का रिसोर्स है फॉर द अपर क्रीमी लेयर, क्योंकि उनके लेबर के ऊपर ही उनके प्रॉफिट
किया जाता है.
हाँ, प्रॉफिट बन रहा है. तो ये जो मतलब सारे कॉन्ट्रास्ट में ये एक ही फॉर्मेट मुझे बस दिखा कि मतलब जिनका वैल्यू, मॉरल वैल्यू, नेचुरल वैल्यू सेम ही है, वहाँ पे एक्सप्लॉयटेशन एक क्रीमी लेयर ने दूसरे लेयर को सबमिसिव करके ये एक्सप्लॉयटेशन चल रहा है. ये कहीं पे भी मतलब स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द सिविलाइजेशन अप टिल नाउ, एंड हर एक लेयर पे, वो सोसाइटी हो गया, फैमिली हो गया, ये मनुस्मृति का एग्जाम्पल हो गया, हमारा नेचुरल रिसोर्सेस हो गया, एवरीथिंग. और एक चीज़ मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी कि वहाँ पे गांव वालों का जो खेती बाड़ी करने का, कटलिंग का जो जीविका था, वो रिप्लेस हो गया ITI वाला कल्चर से. जो हम मतलब मैं जो प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में मैं जो फेस कर रही हूँ कि हम वो ITI वालों को ही गाली देते हैं कि वो ही सारा डेवलपमेंट प्लान निकालते हैं.
ITI वाले. इंटरेस्टिंग.
तो ये अच्छा लगता मतलब.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Yeah, I think what for the few people who might not have understood what she's saying, Gangotri was talking about how there is one common facet in every avenue of life, which is that inevitably a creamy layer is created upon who basically exerts themselves on everyone below. And this exploitation she sees, she's calling it an exploitation of resource, which is quite interesting, because on the one hand we see exploitation of natural resources, but she has also likened that same exploitation of resource to a woman, that women are also treated like a resource within the household setup and exploited in that same manner. And we see that with caste, we see that with religion. That's a very interesting
one more point to rectify, not only household.
Yeah.
Nowadays the so-called woman empowerment thing has made it to the normal job life also.
Yeah.
मतलब एवरी सेक्टर में वुमेन के ऊपर ये प्रेशर आ रहा है, क्योंकि एक तो है पीरियड्स लीव्स, मैटरनिटी लीव्स और वॉट एवर. तो इन सब पे वो सो कॉल्ड इक्वलिटी के चक्कर में नहीं, सबको 30 डेज करना ही है, पेड लीव नहीं मिलेगा. इक्वलिटी के चक्कर में मतलब वुमेन ही हर जगह पे
not just in the household but in the professional life as well. Very interesting, very interesting. What about you, ma'am? Do you have any thoughts about
My sister can speak maybe because I have not a good English.
Not good English. That's okay.
Maybe what I would say it's basic, but the fact that he entangled poetic and political thoughts gave me time to think. And even if it's a film that speaks about India, I think at the same time it's quite universal because it made me think of the place of a woman. You speak of the place of the woman in India, but I think you can think of that everywhere.
Yes.
And of how government take decisions that will have an impact on people. And so it made me think that what's important is that we keep art a sacred thing. So we have a place where all those thoughts can be discussed and exposed.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that art does have an incredibly unique ability to do that for you. I mean, I guess none of us really were not aware of these inequalities. You know, we didn't know that there are rich and poor. We knew all of these things. We know that people, intellectually we understand that people live lives which are very uncomfortable and which are very difficult. But and this is why I enjoy watching films like this, because it is a window to a universe that is right next to you, but you will often not look into your entire life, you know. And when you do, the kind of impact it has on you is so much more significant than if someone would have just told you that, hey, people live really difficult lives in Jaipur, that, you know, they have to wake up every morning at 4 a.m. and give papers around. And just saying these words means really nothing, because the emotion that it evokes showing you that versus the words if I tell you that is so drastically different, that I feel that what films can do, very few other mediums can do. What art can do, very few other, or rather no other medium can do, because it takes you to a place where human beings, so we're visceral beings. We need to see to really believe or to understand, you know. So I feel like that exploration of a life that carries on parallel to our own, but one in which we don't really engage with often, was very interesting. And I also really liked how the film started with a film club only, and they were also discussing. I'm like, "Arey, meta, ये वो काफी meta हो रहा है." But anyway, yeah. So you have some thoughts? Or you were just scratching your head?
But yeah, I would like to point out to one line which I'm not able to get out of my mind, and that is, a bulldozer does not differentiate between a stone and a flower. That hit like anything.
Beautiful, yeah, absolutely. Yes, she was there, then you, Sumit. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Sanskriti. So to be very honest, in the beginning I was very confused, thinking what is this happening? I could not relate it with anything I have seen in my entire life. And as we talked about Dhurandhar, I do have a very clear idea about how the film is, and I have seen the craze of Dhurandhar among my friends, talking them like, oh, that's the most watched movie, go for it and all that stuff. But because I already had enough idea about how the propaganda was filmed, I did not watch it. But yeah.
Round of applause.
But yeah, as a teenager, I had a curiosity in my mind, ki what is it about? So I got to know it from quite my friends that the movie is about this, about that. So today, while watching this movie, I was confused. Like till the end, I was confused. Ki, how could I relate with this? How could I relate with that? But there is a one thing I loved the most, and I genuinely think that is how the movie should be showed to the people. So in the movies, any movie from the Bollywood or from anywhere, there are some filters on it. It's like you do not see what exactly how it is. There is some filter and then you see it is. But in the movie there was no filter. Like it's a very easy thing, and with small thing we do not pay attention on. But the skin texture, there were two men and they were. I guess Bonfire was there and they were doing that. The camera was zoomed on his skin and his skin was so real. And I was like, yeah, that's how my skin is, it's real. But that's not how we see it in the movies, right? We see their skins fair without any acne. That sometimes makes me feel like, do I like somewhere or what? But this movie made me feel like that movie represented legit every single person, not just in India, not just in Jaipur, but in the entire world, that you should be real. The thing I loved the most about the movie was that it was original. There was no filter, there was nothing. As she said that we felt the restlessness because we are not used to it. what we say is like very systematic manner, but that's not how it is in a real life. Real life is of chaos and everything mismanaged, and very few times everything is actually managed. So the movie at the times the vision went so blur and we were not able to see things clearly, and we were not able to listen to the voices. Then I had to switch to the subtitles. So I loved the point most, that it was original. That's how it is. Not everything goes fair, and not everything is in a planned and systematic manner. Everything is filled with chaos, and you have to accept it as a perfect, and then only you actually enjoy things. And it was my actually first time watching something like that, and it made me feel so good. It made me feel like, yeah, that's me. That's how everybody is, right? Without any filter. The skin thing made me feel so good, the skin was showed the way it was. In the Bollywood movies, you see a lot of makeup on their face, good clothes and everything, which definitely makes every other person feel insecure about themselves, their body. But the movie showed how things exactly were. And there is another perspective I got. If that film can be produced with a huge team and actors and all that, and if it was done like that, I bet there would have been filters on the faces. They would have shown the men with bonfire but with a fair skin. They would have shown the drugs but not with the blurred vision, everything clear. So again, that's where we get not how it is. But this movie was a little difficult to understand, but it was original, and I do not actually have enough words to appreciate how beautifully it was portrayed and everything. But yeah, I would love to watch such movies in forward, and the teenagers like me must watch those movies to accept themselves.
That's so well said. That's really wonderful. I think, yeah, ma'am.
From the films, can I come to the real-time observations as well?
As in of this session?
This and something around today. Right?
Okay, sure, please, whatever you'd like to share.
Okay, so the first thing that I observed. Oh, do you want to continue with the film? You could do that.
Okay.
Not against.
Go ahead.
Not against her or anybody.
Your name, sir?
My name is Pranav Bhakre.
Pranav Bhakre.
Not against her or anybody. But what I think is that films is a subjective matter. You can't label like Dhurandhar galat hai. That's the perspective. You can't form an opinion without.
No, it's okay. I can see we have a lot of Ranveer fans. The point is not to say.
The point I'm making is that don't judge something without knowing.
Correct. I think that's a fair point. But I think the key issue here is that there are various ways of making a film, and we feel that a film has to look and feel a certain way, and agar वैसे नहीं है तो it's not a film. So I think what Sanskriti very aptly pointed out was that there are more real, which feel more viscerally true ways of telling a story. That doesn't mean that what is Dhurandhar or Dabangg or whatever is not a film. It's also a film, and it has a special place it occupies. But these kinds of films you won't see coming out of Bollywood or out of the same system. But that doesn't mean that they are not legitimate expressions of life. Ultimately, what is a film or what is art? It is a reflection. It is us trying to make sense of something that we are seeing around us. And mainstream Bollywood does that in one particular way, but it has a formula. This film challenged that formula. It in fact went completely against that formula in a way to try to tell its truth. And I think Sanskriti very perfectly pointed that out, that this is the truth. Let's not get into like Dhurandhar बहुत बढ़िया film. Yeah, okay.
So, other person said I am not against her.
Yeah, no.
Her point is brilliant. कि natural चीजें दिखानी चाहिए. What I am saying is film subject to matter है.
Correct.
For that matter, film subject to matter है. It is a commercial film cinema.
Correct.
उसके अंदर artistic films आते हैं. And in fact, I am not a very good proposer of धुरंधर अच्छी या फिर ये अच्छी है वो अच्छी है. It doesn't matter to me कि कोई अच्छा है कि, लेकिन passionately तुम bash करने की ये film गलत है. It was
let me clear it because I said it. I did not say Dhurandhar is a bad movie. Again.
Yeah.
I did
She
not
didn't say it. I might say it though.
You have watched it.
Yeah. No, you don't. I didn't know. I'm joking. यार इसका seriously मत
I was telling my own opinion, right? You might love Dhurandhar.
But this is great. I'm glad that we have differing opinions because that's what make. Yeah, please continue.
So opinions are, of course, you may not like it. I am a middle kid. ठीक है, अच्छी है, बुरी, doesn't matter to me. But इसके ऊपर I am a little bit technical कि you should separate artistic films and commercial cinema. Yes, commercial cinema have problem. But Bollywood also artistic films. Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Irfan Khan have made films like this. Not like this, but artistic films जो society के ऊपर control, society को देखना चाहती है.
Okay.
So to make a distinction कि commercial गलत है. Commercial has its own place and artistic film has its own place.
Correct. But that's what the own place for artistic films is perhaps not as readily accepted to people.
Yeah,
That's what's the
that
problem.
was my point. That
ये
was
फिल्म
my
थोड़ी है, ये क्या दिखा रहे हो तुम? मतलब so the no one is denying that मतलब commercial cinema is cinema है यार.
This film is basically
Yeah.
for like these issues we see, like we hear about.
What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Siddhi.
Siddhi, yeah.
Like this film was like we hear about these issues and like जा रहे newspaper में we see in the headlines and we just be like okay that has happened. These artistic films make us connect with that and make us experience that. While I was sitting there, a part of me was like was going in that place like what if I was there? What would happen? What would I experience? So these films are actually important. Commercial films are something else. Like they are supposed to be for entertainment, like for people to get entertained. This film was like to make us connect with the issues which otherwise are just gone unnoticed by us. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir.
And one small thing, like there was the subtext I couldn't help but notice in the film of the reflection on the pond. So it was almost as if the director was imploring the audience to look in the mirror and reflect, and plus like when the reflection gets disturbed by the ripples in the water, and it's particularly poignant because we are sitting next to a tiny pond.
Yeah.
So like like when those ripples it's like you could almost sense like he or she, I don't know who the director, I think it's a he.
I don't know what.
So like it's almost like the director is trying to cause a ripple in your mind, and I was also linking it to the story of Narcissus, who admired his reflection in the water so much and all that, and I was linking it to the development and the hotels that they wanted to create next to the sanctuary and all,
and how the water kept getting more and more polluted and
Yeah.
more and more murky. That was also.
What is the current status of the village in particular in the movie that they showed?
What is the current status of the
Village that they showed in the movie.
That's a good question. This is the first time I was also watching the film, so I have no idea, but I'll find out.
But it's a very good point that they showed that पहले कुछ था नहीं.
Yeah.
Now all ने आके कुछ
बनाया.
Then now everyone's like it's
अच्छा ये तो चाहिए. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they do that.
But I mean,
yeah.
the thing is again that two sides of the coin.
Uh-huh.
Now the thing is if the villagers this might have been done 20, 30, 40 years ago with different intentions. The villagers living now might have different intentions altogether.
Yeah.
So now the two sides of the coin is that even suppose the government takes over and they actually do something good out of it, which will be great. And we suppose don't think of me as like a whatever. But just because in case if the government says okay, we'll let the villagers do what they want, and then they destroy it is also like
It's possible. It's possible. There are forests like that which have been destroyed.
Sometimes behind such protest, which is of course like sometimes I feel that there might be anti-social elements which might be leading the unrest. They will take someone else's genuine cause and convert it into their political gains and just to
I think all political parties are guilty of something like that. But yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Ravli ka bahut chal raha hai. Absolutely.
I mean that was mentioned, like the stones being transported for somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stones will come from the mountains only.
Yeah. No, I think Nirav raises a very valid point. Like if normally you would have told us that hey, the government is notifying an area as a tiger reserve, we'll be all happy about it, right? We're all animal lovers. We're like, this is a good thing. But then to contextualize it and be like, actually that is someone's house and now 120 odd villages are going to be thrown out somewhere, is sometimes nuance that even us urban, well-intentioned animal lovers will sometimes not do. So I felt like that was pretty interesting. You guys up there, any thoughts? What do you all feel? I know you guys watch films, some of you. So any thoughts on how it made you feel? Okay. Are you guys going to just copy that answer? You have to. What happened? Okay, so I guess then on that note, you said 20 minutes. Yes. I think maybe just before we wrap up, before that, okay, ma'am, you had some point.
I mean, I waited because...
Oh shit, please do. Just a concluding point and then it might wrap up.
So, I freelance in the field of environment and education, and hence, and also by nature, I'm a honeybee. So I love to connect people, connect ideas, and get people together for the cause of people and for the cause of Paryavaran. That is what brings me here, because it said Green Gathering. Films is a medium here to get the content across. We all spoke about the film. Now we also need to get back to the content. Probably many of us are already working in the content, either in their hometowns or here in the city. So because I attend a lot of gatherings and I see kind of the audience profile, what I typically see is people, 60 plus people come for such things because they don't have jobs to attend. I am amazed and very happy to see this audience profile.
Yeah.
This is amazing, probably because the hosts themselves are younger. And they are quite charming and charismatic. Hima's DP is so amazing. Looking at that, I felt like, okay, I should go see this.
Great.
So, what I feel is, which the feeling, the visceral feeling of the film, we should also get back to the real life things like Gangotri. She is coming to the film katta probably once in 6-8 months. But what she is doing in real life is really amazing. She is fighting for all the trees, or what Maitreya does in real life. It's his not everyday job to host movie club. What he does every day is very different. So I wanted to get all of you to those real life scenarios. Probably you have them in your lives. You are doing something or the other. We need to get onto the road more actively. That's all.
Great. Screening on the road. All right. So that's lovely. I think a wonderful note to wrap it up on. We can still hang out and chat. There's still some vada pav left. So, if you guys want to take some back or have here, feel free. I just want to give a quick shout out to T's also there. T's also there. Quick shout out to Kranti. I don't know where he's gone off, but this wonderful place that some people thought was a cafe and the hotel is actually his house. He lives here and he has created this wonderful space for all of us. He opens it with, he welcomes us with open hearts and open arms each time. And in fact, he's so enthusiastic that sometimes I feel that he's the organizer and I'm coming here to support him. So big round of applause for Hardik Hanbe. One of the kind of person who this wouldn't have been possible without him and all his love and support. So thank you, sir. If you'd like to say some concluding words.
So the Dhurandhar thing, I haven't seen it. Seriously, see this, right now in our whole nation, there is this constant sort of conflict of ideas. We have to understand, just one second. We have to understand that anything, any act that you do has to be life affirming. You understand what I'm saying? You came here, I am beating you. You come here, you beat me. Will it work out? No. I'm serving you tea which is not nourishing you. You throw it out. Right? We are by the pond and it is slippery. We fall in the pond. Do you think is that kind of life? No. It is not life affirming. So what is the beginning of any art? What is the beginning of any relationship? I want to fall in love with a girl, but I'm not being kind to her. Do you think she'll be kind to me and will she fall in love with me? Similarly, we are living in a world where we are interdependent. Idiotically demonizing and creating evil out of Pakistan is completely meaningless. It's not going to get you and me jobs. It is not going to solve the problems of India. You understand? 5 days of war, the amount of money that we spend is thousands of crores, which will educate our poor children for next 20 years. Do you understand? 10 days of war, 40,000 crore rupees we are spending. And all of that military, all of that ammunition comes from US. US. We go to US, he gives us red carpet for what? So that you can buy armory worth 10 billion. If you buy 15 billion, you are hosted for 2 more days. If you are, no, seriously, 1 day, 5 billion. 2 days, 10 billion. 3 days, 15 billion. Do you understand that Bollywood, Bombay cinema was the last of the bastions for 60 years which upheld tolerance and love between Hindu, Muslim, Sikh and Isais. And now it has fallen. We should be scared because that was the only place where we could find some poetry, some love. You understand? Does it matter right now that I am Hindu or Muslim? I am hosting you with so much love. Does it matter that you are all here, whether they are Christian, Jew, Hindu, Muslim? Doesn't matter. We are human beings. So a problem with films like Dhurandhar, or any film for that matter, let's say this is a documentary which is breeding hate. It is of no use. What will you do with hate? Do you know the geology of the world? We are all interdependent. You understand? And Pakistan is only 24 crore. 24 crore. Matlab, in the next 10 years, if they want to fix their country, they can. We are 150 crore. When will we fix it? Do you understand? They are crazy, right? They spend a lot of money on military, 10 years they take a break, they can fix their nation. Can you fix your nation in 10 years? You can't. Because you have 150 crore people. So what should be our focus? And therefore films like Dhurandhar are meaningless because they are not life affirming. You understand? They are creating evil out of anybody. 25 years back we used to hate Christians, we used to burn them. Now before that, when I was a kid, in my school, they used to teach us, the Sikhs are bad. You know, buchada they used to tell us, buchade, sale buchade. And little kids we were saying, hale buchade. We had no idea. Do you want to teach me hatred? What will I do with it? I don't get jobs out of it. You understand? I can't give you this vada pav out of hatred. It's so simple. But we are forgetting. Like in Roger Federer case, like in cricket, like in Sachin Tendulkar, Kohli. What does the commentator all the time say? Kohli needs to go back to his basics. Kohli needs to go back to his basics. You understand basics? What is basics of life? Love. The basis of life is love. These 3 people are from Belgium. They came today. They are part of us. It is out of love. You understand? By sitting here, if they start throwing some sticks at me, what? Just how will a relationship be born? So try to understand that Bollywood has fallen. It's the final shock of our nation, because this was the only cinema which was socio-politically conscious. There was no such cinema in Hollywood. You understand? Of Hindu-Muslim unity, of Hindu-Muslim-Christian unity, of Parsi-Hindu unity. It required, this was the power of our nation. This is the power of our nation. And now everything is segregated. And if you tomorrow, if you say, yeah, everybody has a point of view. I come and say here that we should beat the shit out of Muslims. Let him say it is his point of view. Say. No, it doesn't work like that. Every moment has to be life affirming. Every moment has to be life hugging. You understand? So therefore, although I have not seen that film, I have seen the trailer, etc., this and that, but earlier for 60 years, we had such beautiful cinema. You know what I mean? And now we have such a divisive cinema. What will we do with it? Think about it. And think about the geopolitics of the world. A 25 crore nation, Pakistan, can fix itself in 10 years. How will you fix your nation? China, 20 trillion, you know 20 trillion, na? 20 trillion economy. It is bigger than US. And we are fighting with China. And we still dream of going to England and America. Those economies are dead. The manufacturing happening with China. And we are busy bashing Pakistan. It's not our enemy. It has nothing to do with us. So please go and study it properly because it will ultimately affect our life. You understand? When you will have a chance to make a house like this, you can make it completely closed and then sit alone with a big TV and see pictures like Dhurandhar, Hat Sala Pakistan, Hat Pakistan, Hat Pakistan. Or you can fully open up. You understand? And you gain so many friends. That is how I gained friends with Hima and Maitreya. What a beautiful name, Maitreya. So see, Maitreya, that is the point of life.
Kranti is also a very beautiful name.
You understand what I'm saying? So right now, what is happening is, right now, in the name of point of view, anybody can get up and anybody can say that 3 years back, there was a Muslim guy who slapped me and therefore the entire Muslim world should be burned down.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that. In fact, then we should say that, wait, let us discuss. You know? So be very, very aware of this, that hatred will not take us anywhere. Hatred will just burn us down first and foremost. And we have many other issues in India. So please, every single moment, have great romanticism, I would say. All of this is romanticism. We coming and meeting here, you know, in this small space. Isn't it? But this is how beauty, this is how life starts. This is how love starts. This is how the evolution begins. Imagine two birds, if they while mating, the male bird starts hurting the female. How will she mate? She will not lay her eggs. You know?
Unfortunately, they do sometimes. But let's leave it aside.
It's not poetry.
So let us be very, very aware of it. You know, and let us be very worried that we need to create cinema, we need to create documentary, we need to create life where it is meant for each other. And we also give couple of rooms on Airbnb, for example. Why, I'll tell you. Because I'm a filmmaker, I can make film only once in 3 years, right? But I want to be accountable to somebody every single day. Every single day I want to get up and be accountable to somebody. If I'm hosting her, then I have to worry about her care. Is the room fine? If I'm hosting you all, then every single day I get up and I say, okay, is everything okay? Is everything nice? Is everything fine? That is how societies are born. If we stop caring for each other, how will we go ahead? Nobody will come. They come, I don't care. They will say, okay, we don't care. And everybody goes away. Do you understand? So cinema at its core has to be extremely about love. Thank you so much.
So, this is a life affirming thing. I don't know whom to give now because life affirming is the concept comes from Kranti and he's the host and he's the senior most amongst all of us.
Host and the dost.
So, yeah.
Round of applause. What is that?
And then drunk immediately. This is a bioenzyme which I make at home. Many of us could be making it at home now. This is a foundation for many eco-friendly cleansers. So, and you can also use it for fertilizers for the plants.
Lovely.
And you could be knowing about bioenzyme already,
Yes,
so I
yes,
don't
yes.
have to tell you.
Thank you.
But this is what I made at home. So, on behalf of all of us,
Do you also sell these, ma'am, in case someone wants to buy?
I don't mind selling it, but I haven't sold it before.
Okay. If anyone
I don't
wants
know
to be
the market.
man's guinea pig, then please contact.
No, I've been making it for last 2-3 years now, and I'm using them myself. So they're working well.
Chalo. Wonderful. Thank you everyone. This was great. Full packed house we had today. Amazing, unexpected, but I love it.
And it was an international conference.
International conference.
We have a delegation from Belgium.
Green gatherings and going to Europe. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Please don't leave. There's a lot more vada pav and chai left.
If anybody
So
wants.
please.